Hey guys, Demise here. Welcome back to my channel. And in this video, we will be talking about the best way to level up your champions so that you can have more 6 stars on your account. So my number one tip is up here. Make sure you always have the XP boost active because this doubles the amount of XP you earn everywhere in the game. Now yes, the image in the thumbnail is real. I am a complete free-to-play with hundreds of chickens. Before the Deck of Fate for Freya, I actually had 9 5-star chickens, 20 plus 4 stars, and hundreds of 3-star chickens. And obviously I had to spend all of them because the Deck of Fate was absurd, if you guys do know that. And my account for 8 months in, I only have 36 stars. Honestly, I don't know if that's a crazy amount, a decent amount, or below average, but I'd say that's decent for my playtime. So 36 stars in 8 months. Now then, the first ever area you'll be farming XP in is the campaign. Whether that be normal, hard, or brutal, the best area to farm is 12-3 or 12-6. The difference here is that 12-3 gives you a balance of silver and XP. So I recommend you farming in this stage. Even I farm this stage a lot because silver is very, very important in this game. Now, on stage 6, however, you are gaining an extra 200 XP per run on each champion. So that's essentially 600 extra XP compared to stage 3. But the silver difference is actually a few thousand after a few runs. So in my opinion, farming stage 3 is way better. For the more advanced people, even I don't bother doing it. For the best XP to energy ratio, that is 12-6 on Nightmare. You get so much XP on 12-6 Nightmare, it's absolutely insane. But you do not get as much silver at all. Maybe you get half of it. And you get 0 mystery shards. The shards over here, the green ones after the pack. So here, the mystery shards, you don't get any of those. Which means you cannot be pulling, so you cannot have fodder. So farming on Nightmare 12-6 in the really early game is absolutely useless. The only time you should be farming that is if you are going for champion training tournament, ranked number 1 or number 2. Even then, unless you are a complete whale and you're confident you will win number 1, do not farm Nightmare 12-6. Now that we have the best stages out of the way, what you want to do is have your campaign farmer over here in the first area, or you can have it anywhere, but obviously having it in the leader skill is better. Then what you want to do is have 3 fodder like I just did there. This means that each one of these champions would be getting 25% XP, which is more efficient comparing to doing it like this. This is because this would split 50-50, which means 50 goes to kill and 50 goes to this guy. The problem here is that the 50% that goes to kill is absolutely wasted and is 100% useless. Unlike, let's say you have this. This would mean only 25% is going to kill. So only 25% of XP is being wasted compared to 50. So the best way to farm is having one of your campaign farmers and 3 fodder. We have the basics out of the way. The next step for you guys is to farm the potion keeps or any dungeon that you want with fodder. So to give you guys an example, let's say these two. So I have the Seer and the Farrakin, and what I can do is have 3 of my fodders right here. So what this basically gives the edge to your account is that you are farming potions, or let's say you're farming gear, but at the same time you are leveling up your champions so that you can give more XP to them and make them your fodder for the champions you actually want to keep. The only exception here is the Minotaur. For Minotaur, I highly recommend using only one of the champions you want and your campaign farmer, or whatever farmer you use for Minotaur, so let's say like this. Even if it's a 50-50 split, it's okay, because the scrolls are what you want in Minnow. Or you could also do what I did. For these 3, I actually wanted to level them up at the same time. I wanted max masteries on all of them as well. So I had 3 of them in Kale. And as you can see, they're leveled up equally here from from level 1 to level 56. Except for Warcaster, for some reason he's level 55. But you can basically get level 1 to 60 in Minotaur. So once they hit 6 stars, do not level them up in campaign. It is a waste because you gain XP for farming Minnow as well. I'm sure you guys are curious about how I get so much chickens as a free-to-play player. So the chickens here all come from events, the dailies from here, and then from Faction Wars. But the most consistent source is Doom Tower and Curse City. And of course these events as well. The events right here, the events area, they give you a ton of chickens, so make sure you do them if you guys can. Before we move on to the champions that you want to 6-star really early in the game, let's have a recap on the best areas to farm for XP. 12-3 Brutal is the best area to farm for a balance of silver and XP, while 12-6 gives you a bit more XP but a lot less silver. The next thing you want to do is have your 6 stars, come over to the Potion Keeps or any of these dungeons, even Spiders works. So you can come over here. Let's try a different dungeon. Let's do this. And you can have basically pretend like that. You have 2 of your champions that you can destroy the boss with. And then you can have 3 of these fodder as well, so that you are leveling up your champions, getting gear, and getting potions at the exact same time. For the chickens, the best way to get them is through doing events, Doom Tower, and Curse City. We have that out of the way. The first ever 6-star you want to have is your starter champion. Whether it be Kayle, Galek, Aethel, or Elhain, either one of those 4 has to be your first 6-star because they are the best campaign farmer in the game. Unless you are a whale who can pull, like, let's say Queen Ava or Ethos on your first day, the starter champions are uncontested for the best 6-star, or the best first 6-star rather, because they have double AoEs, they hit really hard, they get lifesteal year, which makes them really suitable for your first 6-star, because once they hit 6-star, they can solo 12-3 and 12-6 really easily. Next few 6-stars you want to have are the ones that can support your starter champion. So for an example, you can use Bellower, since Bellower is a really hard carry for crowd control. Or you can have Apothecary for your speed up, healing. Obviously, this will vary. War Maiden could work. She's a farmable champion in the campaign on stage 9. She is the only farmable rare that has an AoE decreased defense that is 100%. So if you guys are struggling to farm stage 12, stage 9 in the campaign, let's show you guys over here. Stage 9 in the campaign, the Deadlands, is the best place to farm if you guys cannot farm any of the stages in stage 12. The basics to having a very balanced team is a damage dealer. You can have 2 damage dealers, for example, Ninja and Kayle. Then you want crowd control, speed, Terminator reduction, and stuff. So for example, Deacon. Deacon is one of the really good ones. So he has turn meter control, fills up turn meters, decreases turn meter, then gains an extra turn, and then he can do drop defense. So that's how you level up your champions, or choose which champions to level up. Because in Raid, team synergy is very important. Let's show you an example here on Dragon. I have a speed team right now. This is very good synchronized. I have the Frozen Banshee for poisons to kill the boss. And then I have Tyrell, Farrakhan, Seer, and Renegade to one-shot the waves. So I tried to keep this video as short as possible. I hope you guys did learn something. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments. I will reply to them as fast as I can, or as many as I can. And make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as I will be posting even more free-to-play guides for Raid Shadow Legends.